name's Lee. I am one of the wellbeing workers at Gipsall, working with the 16 to 25 cohort. So OWL is a housing organisation working with the 16 to 25 year olds, preventing homelessness. But on the side of that, we also have add-on services, I call it add-on, specialised services I'll call it. One of them being Wellbeing, who I work for, and then we have other services like advice services, employment and engagement. So at the Wellbeing service, the service that I work for, we work with that same cohort, 16 to 25s. It's about trying to move somebody forward with something that they're worrying about, something they're struggling with, such as depression, anxiety, self-harm, social anxieties. It's quite a big one, especially after COVID. So it's about allowing that person to move forward, and the process I use is the coaching process, or people know it as life coaching. It's about knowing that person has it in them to change, and it's about empowering them with powerful questions, really, to move the self forward with support from myself. So that's kind of the service we do. We do one-to-one support, so we hold a caseload of up to 15, and as well as that, due to things like social anxieties and COVID, the kind of backlash of COVID, we realised that group support's really important, and it's becoming more prevalent that we need to get more people into groups to build natural social networks up. In terms of the stories, so in terms of how we support people, we're kind of I'd say probably nearer the end of the journey. So they'll come to OWL and they'll have like a housing need. Once that's out of the way, it brings all those worries forward. What we're hidden behind that housing need, we know that's kind of the main worry. So from that, they may come to us near the end, or round about the middle, and it's about, I suppose, going back to your question, success stories, is about moving that person forward. And if I can think of an example, so I work with quite a lot of people with neurodiversities as well. It's about putting what works for you, what works for your brain. So I was working with a girl who was academically brilliant, had a really good job, but really struggling with kind of self-care and the past. Wasn't open to counselling at all. It was a big block there. We know that can happen with counselling, and as part of our service we have a counselling team as well. What was great and what really worked well was the kind of coaching model works well with the counselling model, because it's very similar. It's based off the same kind of model, the Carl Rogers model, but it allowed that person to start to see themselves, to reflect on who they were as a person. So we do quite a lot of values-based work, so you call values. Are these being realised in your life? And we did a lot of work on that. By the end of it, the girl I was working was quite closed, not very open to at all, found it really difficult to engage with groups. By the end of the support, which is a short-term support, so it's usually over about 8 to 12 weeks, she was ready for counselling. She was ready to talk about that past that she really struggled with, but also start to engage a little bit more in those groups, which was fantastic for us to see as well. We've got lots of stories, and it's been really, for me personally, I'm looking at my own values. It's my purpose in life. I really enjoy it, so it's great. It's fantastic to do that. So those groups that I support, so two of the groups I support, and then I'll mention the other groups we have within our service. First of all is the music group. We know music kind of really benefits people. It's something that pops up in our sessions that people love, and it kind of helps with their mental health. So I kind of Gipsall support with that, and I'm the wellbeing worker for any young people that are there that need to chat whilst they're at the group. It's run by one of our partners, First Base. It's been there a long time, and we run it from Archway in Harehouse. Another group that I run and I do the fitness. So I've got a bit of a fitness background. I used to be a personal trainer as well. So I kind of use my own skills to run sessions at a Pure Gym, which I have a partnership with. To engage people around exercise. We know exercise has massive benefits for health, both mental and physical. It's a really well attended group. It's something that's really needed, and it also, the big thing for it builds connection, and with a hope to help engage some of those young people that are harder to reach, such as you ask, such as asylum seekers. That it's been really good, and there's been some really positive stories from that as well. There's a huge gap there to help support people with that. Activity-based stuff, we just said before, huge, massive. The group stuff is humongous. Even stuff like paying for staff, and we have to downgrade the number of staff we have at the moment. Even we could have more staff, we could reach more young people if we had that funding. It's huge. We want people to see the value in allowing people to have that voice and be able to talk or be able to attend a group. We realise that professional support is really important, but we want natural support networks. We need natural support networks. It feels like we've gone away, and if we look at, I suppose, comparing myself, but I'm 45 now, but looking back into when I was younger, it was easier to connect. It feels like now with young people there's been a disconnect. It could be COVID, it could be where we're at. But that funding just with that area would give us that. It allows us to think more creatively, and it allows more staff. We could fund more people to support volunteers who could come in and run these groups for us. It could also, thinking of the young people who've actually gone through it themselves, pay for training for them, and to allow them to come into this work. They're the people we need. They're the people we need. They're the people that have all this power, and this will be able to reach the people that are really struggling with it. So for me, funding, it's needed for everything we do. So we have creative ideas how to support young people. I mean, let's take the boxing project that we do. We still need funding for it. We've had funding for the first part. We know it works because we've been doing it. It's like we need this extended funding to allow us to have things like kit, clothing, venues, food. If we don't have that funding, we can't support people to the full extent that we need to. We've also got other ideas now. Group stuff's so important. We know it is. We know we need to get to people to connect. That funding will allow us to create more of these groups, to create more of these support, to get other staff to run it, so we could train them up. It's so much scope for it. So funding is huge. It's absolutely huge for us.